I just want to start off by saying, you know, I think the events of the last 24 hours have shown us what really family is all about, and I think all of our thoughts are with the families of the people who are going through a very difficult time in Boston, and remind everybody that we at Tandem constantly look to be part of the community, and so we have a matching for all the family of companies, a matching for anybody that donates charity to anything, so that down the road we may do something with the Salvation Army or something that is ever helping these initiatives, but certainly would be remiss to start today without mentioning that. But I wanted to start off with one quick story here. About 30 years ago, there was a summit of some of the big religious leaders in America. The Pope and the Chief Rabbi all came to America. They decided to go up to North Dakota and meet with one of the holiest people, the head of the Sioux medicine men, okay? And they decided to go out and fish. They went out in the middle of the lake in South Dakota and they were fishing. About halfway through the fishing expedition, the Sioux man decided to had to go to the bathroom. So he got up and he just walked across the lake, went to the washroom, and he came back, walked right across the lake and back in the boat. Well, the other religious leaders were a little bit mystified that maybe their powers weren't going to be viewed as important. So the Chief Rabbi and the Pope, of course, had to go to the washroom. About an hour later, they stood up and took one step in the water and boom, went right down the bottom, right? And after the Sioux chief brought them up and put them in the boat, they both said, "Mr. Chief, we didn't realize how awesome your powers were." And he said to them, he said, "You know, sometimes it's not about the power, it's just knowing where the rocks are." A lot of it in our business is we try to meander in the next 2, 3, 4 years. We've worked very hard to put together a plan to grow this company to be a leader in what we perceive to be one of the best market spaces to be in right now. It's knowing where the rocks are, and it's not just knowing where they are, but it's sometimes going to be falling in and learning, and then marking that spot and knowing how to make sure we don't make the same mistake twice. So I'm very excited as to what's been done so far. I want to thank all the people, all the leadership teams from all the companies that have worked on this to put this plan in action, because I believe it is truly a plan that I feel has a very high chance of success, which will mean a lot of us here today will hopefully grow and benefit from what we started in the last 6 months. Now, I know many of you are waiting for a big unveiling here. You know, you think we've been working all this time, so I wanted to show you what the reality is. And I know some of the people have seen it already, but Tom, I want to show you, this is really our whole plan that we've come up with after all the years we've worked, okay? This is what we've pretty much come up with, okay? Because I'm a visual guy, I'm just not a guy that can look at a lot of PowerPoints all day long. So you might say, Bruce, what is this all about? What does it mean? How is this a strategic plan? And I want to just tell you, everybody knows the frog here. The frog is the famous story about 5 frogs on a log. Brandon, we'll pick on you again. 5 frogs on a log, one jumps off. How many frogs left on the log? 5. 5, why? Because just wanting to jump off doesn't mean you're going to jump off, right? Frogs are notorious for thinking about doing it and then waiting for everybody else to make the move first, okay? We need, in this business environment that we're in today, we can't just sit back and wait for everything to happen. We've got to take initiative, and we've got to be proactive with everybody. That goes from everybody in the company to helping us make movements and to move forward, make changes, and we've made a lot of changes, and we're going to continue to make changes. So we don't want to be like a frog left on the log. Maurice, ice cream cone. Any idea why we got the ice cream cone on there?
It's a good question.
You have any kids?
I do.
They do a nice thing. If you give them an ice cream cone, are they happy?
Yes.
If they did a really good thing and you give them 2 ice cream cones, are they happy?
Ecstatic.
What about if you give them 3 ice cream cones?
Coma.
You know what happens if you give a kid 3 ice cream cones? They get sick. They drop all the ice cream. One of the things that we've learned sometimes is we've taken on business that hasn't always been the right business for us. And we've gotten fat, and we've gotten cramps, and sometimes we've gotten a little sick. Part of growth is knowing when to grow and when to say no. And that's something that we're going to be doing a lot of as we really map this out. And it's going to be dependent on all of you to help us find the right customers, find the right business model in order to be successful. And the last thing on here, let's see, we've got Oh, we got Katie over here from the People Center, right? We got a bee there. You know why we have a bee there? Any idea? This bee is not just any old bee. This is called the digger bee from East Africa. In 1980, a professor won the Nobel Prize because this particular bee, he felt, had highly intelligent capabilities like a human, because it would kill its prey and it would bury it and it would come back and eat it when it was hungry. Another professor didn't quite think that that was the real story, so he did another experiment with the same digger bee. And what he did was he would move the prey after it was killed about 10 feet. And you know what this digger bee would do? Anybody got any ideas?
Dig until it found it.
He would take it and drag it back to the place where he left it, right? And he would move it the next day and he'd move it back. Eventually, the bee died of starvation. He didn't even eat what was standing right in front of him. You know why? Because he was so programmed to do a certain thing that he didn't realize that the food station was right there in front of him, and he couldn't deal with it because he wasn't really as intelligent as everybody thought. He just did the same old thing every day. Anybody feel like sometimes they're just doing the same old thing every day? You know what? It's not going to work anymore. It's not the way business is. Business changes very fast, and we're all going to need to be able to understand that when the food station is right there next to us, we got to eat, and we got to change our course. So this is sort of the high-level visual. If people know me, you know this is about kindergarten was my best year in school, so you know this is why I like to use these analogies. I didn't have PowerPoint when I went to college. Okay, so I want to just give you kind of a quick overview. Everybody knows we've completed our first summit of the business. We built the first floor of the house, the operational side. The second part of the house we are working on right now, and that's really exciting because it's really going to be how are we going to deliver this product in the marketplace. We have some very unique individuals, a really well-known author who wrote a book called Brand Strategy, and another one called Dump the Pitch, which is about getting rid of your sales pitch and how you market to clients. We've got actually one of our kitchen cabinet people is here. Where's Gay? Oh, Gay's right over here. She's also working, Gay's somebody that used to run winning workplaces, and we want to be a winning workplace, so she knows all about that stuff, and Vistage, and of course John. So we're working very hard on the Summit 2 process in order to really finalize how we're going to deliver our services to the customer and how we're going to be perceived so that we can really grow this product, okay? And all that is going to be done very quickly. And so we're going to go into our new facility. We're going to have a game plan. And we're really going to grow because I believe that we have the opportunity to grow the market share in this HR outsourcing field 10 times in the next 10 years, okay? We're about 3% market share. Companies that use full outsourcing, I think that could be 30. You know, it's not easy to be a business owner. I was this morning with 10 business owners offsite as part of a group called YPO, and it's incredible. People who are in the mobile home business, or they're in the beverage business, or they're in a bank. It used to be they just wanted to be good bankers and they wanted to be good home builders. But today, anybody ever heard of Obamacare? Daniel, what do we call that? VPC G8-46? There's about 2,700 pages of this document. I can tell you, Dan Rosnick, the U.S. Congressman from this area, came to our office and literally said, I'm on the committee, I have no idea what this is all about. Gene, is that true? Nobody really knows. Employers are the biggest Fortune 500. So here they are trying to run a business, and taxes are changing, benefits are changing, employees constantly with FMLA, things that workplace is working on in terms of like employee satisfaction, in terms of what goes on in the workplace, and they would like help, and we can give them that help, and so they can focus on their business, so they can focus on what they do, so they can become profitable, and they can grow their businesses. We have an incredible, valuable service to offer them, and I think once we get that message out, the sky's the limit. Oh, sorry. See? As I said here, some of the big things are healthcare reform. We are building our own exchange, which is going to be a really unique thing for members of the Tandem families. They're going to have options to get into our health program and solve a lot of their problems and a lot of their fears about rising prices. We feel like we can really fight well against the competitors because we're going to have all the services that they get today from 19 different vendors that we've got access to in one house. So, you know, we see a lot of change going on. We see a lot of the big players, the big insurance agencies, the big payroll companies are all trying to get this business. We have a lot of experience in this room. BSG's been around 20 years, Danielle? Mary, how long is Workplace?
Over 30.
Over 30? You must have started when it was 15 years old already, right?
Right.
Tandem's had its 10th anniversary recently. Actually, it's more like about 15 years old. And Alliance, so we've got a lot of collective experience here. We know what we're doing, and we can really offer a great product and a solution to our small and mid-sized business customers. I'm really excited about the future of this, and I hope all of you are as well. The biggest thing I wanted to communicate to you is that I've been doing a lot of number crunching over the weekend even. We did not cut our budgets. We didn't cut our administrative fees. As you know, most of you look around the room, it's many of the same people that were here 6 months ago. What we're looking to do is to shift our expense and our employee focus from the administrative back office and spend more of that money to clients. So here's how it works. We were just at a conference in Phoenix with a bunch of other outsourcing companies. We spend roughly 65% of every dollar on salaries and benefits and everything else for people. That's our big, we're a consulting firm. So we understand that we don't manufacture widgets. We don't have a, you know, we don't have a lot of assets here. Makes sense, right? We're just people. That's what a consulting firm is. We spent last year 13 cents of that 65% directly on the customer. What we'd like to do is change that to 30%, where people are actually in the field delivering services directly to the customer, where they're touching customers and their employees. And if we do that, I think we're going to be uniquely positioned, and the customers really feel the love, they'll feel the satisfaction. Not only that, they will use more services that we offer, and they will buy more services that we offer. So that's the challenge, and I think we're going to have a really good game plan to do that. Okay? So remember, we have to service the customers in the back office, spending a little bit less and spending more of the time touching the customers. Is that fairly clear, the message there? Called client centricity. That's going to be a buzzword, and hopefully, listen, I'll say it yourself 10 times tonight, and you'll all be good, and we'll all be ready to rock and roll. And the last thing here is, what am I looking for? What do I feel will help us? Because we're people, because we're only as good as our people, we don't have any patented inventions. We're not making a widget. We're not making a car here. We are people. And so what makes our company different than ADP or Perspectives or Mesero is our people. That's all we have to offer. And what I would challenge you today is ask yourself, do I have these kind of characteristics, or can I learn these characteristics? Can I help develop these characteristics? Can I have an attitude of servitude? Okay? An attitude of servitude. Anybody ever gotten really good service at a restaurant or a hotel? I recently was at this conference we were at. What was that hotel? Where's Gail? They were pretty good over there, weren't they? They're the kind of place when you drive in and you say to them, do you know if they have elliptical machines in the workout room? They don't just say, go ask so-and-so. They say, wait here, sir, and they run out and come back with the answer. We all know when we get good service. We all know when people take care of our problems. And it's something that we really need to have ingrained, and hopefully I can start off and having it from the beginning, that I feel grateful, first of all, for having you be part of our team, and grateful for our customers, who are really our employers, if you want to know the truth. That we're confident, and we're always striving for self-improvement, that we're honest and have integrity. We have a drive to win with high expectations, and we're always looking to try to figure out how we can do this differently and better. I think if we incorporate these values, we will win the day. Okay? It's not complicated, the game of business, and just like the game of life. It really is all about having the right core values and every day doing what you need to do. So I'm very happy to be part of this team, and I'm very confident that when we meet again, 6 months in our new home, and we start to meet again, what I'm putting here won't just be words or numbers. People will really start to see the game plan and the mission, and I'm hoping that all of you will buy into it and join us for this ride. It's going to be a really fun ride, and it's going to be a very profitable ride. Is this still my slides or my gun? I feel like I'm ready to...
Ready to be done?
Yeah. Okay, we're good. John, we're good. I want to just tell you that in the end, you know, we come to work to make a living, but we also have to make a life, okay? And this is about everybody having a fulfilling... I thought I was very touched by the beginning of this video. I didn't even know that was happening. Lee did it as a surprise. That's why but it was great. And it really speaks to the thing that we come to work, we have a job to do for our customers, but we also have a life. And I hope that us being together, and you can help me be more successful, and I can help you, we can all grow together. We can be more successful both in our business and in our life. And together, I think we can really accomplish a lot in the time that we're together. So thank you very much for being here, being part of the team, and I look forward to going out there and winning the day. Thank you.